The saying on the internet used to be that there are no girls on the internet, especially around 4chan. They would always say there's no girls on the internet. That used to be true. And then one day, a girl showed up.
I provided you with a couple different pictures. Such as like the one where I'm like, and it says, I saw what you did there, and and then like you peoples were all like, you was trolling, and I was like, I am not trolling, I am Boxxy, you see,
and it ruined the internet. The internet was pretty cool, and it was pretty fun, and there used to not be report buttons everywhere, and it wasn't just a major psyop by the government to ruin your life. And speaking of ruining, Boxxy ruined an entire generation of e-girls. You see, when we didn't have women online, we were allowed to do and say and joke about whatever we wanted. And then Boxxy showed up. Now, I'm not saying Boxxy is bad. In fact, a lot of people are getting really mad at me for suggesting Boxxy is bad. I am, however, suggesting that Boxxy was 15. And maybe you should stop having so many Boxxy thoughts. I don't know, just a suggestion. It's kind of up to you. Either way, I remember the good old days, the days before Boxxy, the days before Shoe on Head, the days before, I can't even believe I'm saying this on the show, Melanie Mac. Now, one of those three, it's gotta be. You can't be such a gooner that there's not at least one of those three that pisses you off. And so you have to agree with me on this. Boxxy ruined the whole generation of e-girls. This is PODAWFUL.
You are all cult members, according to the people outside.
Ooh, fucking chilling. Okay, hey. Welcome, everybody. This, hello, is PODAWFUL. I'm your host, Jesse P.S. You follow me on Twitter at PODAWFUL. Subscribe, awful.tube, and our website, PODAWFUL.com. PODAWFUL.pizza. We're joined by the henchman. Hi, henchman. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Ooh, that sounds like way too many people, right? That's a lot of people. Well, that's because this is a Pizza Fund only episode, so we will be hanging out in the Pizza Fund in just a bit. PODAWFUL.pizza. Join the Pizza Fund. We're live. We'll be live on the Pizza Fund. We're live over here on YouTube as well. What are people saying? Preach, bro. They're saying in the chat room. Happy to e-girl here. H2BH. Happy to be here, of course. Don't trust people outside. Never touch grass. Oh my God. The camera switched. Just trust that it happened. Whatever. Hi, everyone. Stella's feeling used up right now. It's crazy. That's what Scott was saying. Scott, before the show, was saying Stella, you're sort of an e-girl in a way, you know?
Who were you inspired by? Like, who was your main sort of inspiration to do what you do?
Yeah. Stella, you must have had an inspiration.
I think it was like Kiki Cannibal when I was like a teenager or something like that.
And that inspired you. I don't know who the fuck that is, by the way, but that inspired you to start.
Lonely Girl 15. I thought that was her inspiration.
That inspired you to start what? Making guys put wallets up their butts. Okay, so no answers.
No.
Just a laugh, just a terrifying laugh of knowledge and knowing that that's true.
No.
What do you mean no? You make guys put fucking I've seen you do it.
That wasn't my inspiration for
What was your inspiration for making a guy stick a wallet up his ass?
A lot of guys treating me like shit.
It's like revenge.
I heard you say that.
Okay,
I've never heard you
nobody.
say that, to be
Hang
honest.
on a second, though, Scott. Nobody asked you to be online, bitch. Like, We're not.
Online.
Oh, in real life. And so then you go on the poor internet,
It was her father.
the refuge of the loser and the dummy, the internet. You go on there and you find these losers and dummies and make them stick their own, cow leather up their asshole. What did these guys do to you other than jack off to you? They wanted it. No, guy. All right, listen.
Excuse me. I did not want to put a
They literally pay me for it.
That's not the point and not even helping anything right now for you to say that. This is really, honestly, it is kind of helping because it's kind of making my goddamn point for me here. The fucking, holy shit, man. The e-girl phenomenon. We talk about, there's one e-girl we talk about all the time, which is, of course, Mersh. But I'm talking about legitimate e-girl stuff tonight on the program. This is something that I've been noticing. I made a tweet last night, and this thing is going pretty viral, okay? I don't know. Everybody go pump this tweet right now, actually. We'll even get it further. Here we go, right here. This says, I've been thinking of this tweet forever. I meant to tweet this so long ago. I said, every generation has one of these things forced upon them, and each is worse than the last. And the things in question, by the way, are Boxxy, Shoe on Head. Do you guys remember Shoe on Head? Do you remember the year 2016 at all? Okay.
God, don't remind me.
I was here. I wasn't on the wider internet. I was sheltered.
You can't remember 2016 because you can't remember what they never let you forget. 2016 is actually worse than 9/11 in that you can never, ever forget it. And then, of course, Melanie Mack, who I've avoided not only talking about on the show, I've avoided like the plague just online in general. And this tweet caused quite a bit of outrage amongst some very sympathetic guys out there who everybody was mad about at least one of these people. Okay. Somebody had their favorite guy or favorite girl, favorite e-girl. They wanted to know, why do I think the things I think? They cannot fathom that I'm actually saying this stuff. Whoa. Melanie Mack. I don't know anything about Melanie Mack other than every few weeks she pops up on my timeline and I look into her dead fucking shark eyes, her horrifying, and the eyeliner. She wants you to look at the eyes, she's highlighting them with black. I stare into those eyes and then I go, there's something missing here. What's missing? And I go, oh, it's her nose. Yeah, she doesn't have a nose. She's like a Powerpuff Girl or something. There's something very odd. Hang on a second. Let me show you Melanie Mack. This shit is so fucked up.
Now I see it. Yeah.
So she puts on so much. She's got so much makeup on that. And I had an argument with a lady on Twitter today about this, where she's like, it's filters. That's the reason you can't see it. I'm like, no. Her nose disappears because she has such a thick layer of foundation on her face that it just washes out her. She's a Powerpuff Girl now. There's just nothing going on in the middle there. She's anime. And obviously, that's what she's going for. That's why these people put this eyeliner shit on the way they do. So I've tried to explain to people, I don't even know anything about this lady, okay? I kind of know Shoe on Head. I don't know anything about Melanie Mack. Now, she's the one that everybody in the comment section is saying stinks the most. They're like agreeing with me. If there's any reason I got likes on this tweet at all, is because people hate this bitch, which I thought they liked her. I didn't even understand this. So every time she comes across my desk, I go, well, let's look into this. Let's figure out what's going on here. And then I stare into the middle of her face and I get lost for a minute trying to find her nostrils. And then she disappears. It's like a Japanese obake. Okay. There's some sort of yokai activity going on here where if you can listen, I could be easily convinced that Melanie Mack is in fact an umbrella with one eyeball and a tongue sticking out. And you, if you wanted me to believe that, I'm already all ears on that one.
They're trying to recreate just the floating eyes and mouth filter. I put it in the chat, but that filter where you can only see the eyes and only see the mouth. That's what they're trying to recreate with that.
Yeah,
that's what they're trying to do.
Let me look at yeah. Hey, ladies and
trying to do.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, the real Melanie Mack.
Such an honor to have her on the show.
Wow, Melanie, thank you so much for being here on Pod Awful. We just had Milo. I'm Milo's mentee now. He's mentoring me, which means I now live inside the Dove Charney Castle, and I have to detransition. Melanie, we've had so many good guests, such big guests. We've had so many big guests on the show this past week and a half. We had on Ethan Ralph. We had on Milo. We had on Vito. Woo! So it's wonderful to have you here, Melanie. Now, Melanie, could you explain to me what exactly is it you do? What would you say it is you do exactly? That's my Aaron Imholt.
The medium of the internet.
Melanie, anything to say for yourself? Okay, now
Her silence speaks volumes.
That could have been any one of you could have jumped in just then and been Melanie Mack. We could have done a whole bit, but you're so stupid. So I have like 40 people here right now in the Discord with me. Not one of them was brave enough.
At least 20 females. At least
so many. One of them literally an e-girl who makes a man shove a wallet up his hole, and she couldn't jump in on the Melanie Mack thing. Look at this bitch. I want to put you on Mr. Potato Head. So, okay, so speaking of Mr. Potato Head, Shoe on Head, who a lot of people were defending in the tweet comments. Shoe on Head, of course. I call her Wig on Head. Do people not know the wig? I had to fight with this dude. This one dude in the comments was like, what do you mean wig on head? Why are you calling her that? I was like, she's bald. Okay. I need you to understand. She's not missing a chunk of hair. She doesn't just wear wigs for fun. This is a bald guy. And
she ate it all, right?
She ate her hair. Yes. She ate her hair. Okay. So she's a Mr. 2016 and she's one of these anti-SJWs. Whew, a chill down my spine. She's an anti-SJW, and she's out there telling you what the real deal is. She's got all the best politics. Whatever the politics of her current boyfriend is, she's got them. The armored skeptic, the gay guy who married her after he watched her prance around like a puppy in public for the armored skeptic. That's right. Somebody's got to find. There is video of this. I swear to God, nobody's believing me. She had this horrifying open relation, not open relation, but like openly was in a BDSM scenario with this guy, this Canadian dork named Armored Skeptic. And they would do puppy play, and she would go, woof, woof, woof. And I can't find the video on this. Somebody must have it. At the very least, chat, please tell me you know what I'm goddamn talking about.
It sounds familiar. I feel like I've heard of it.
I've seen it with my own eyes. Anyway, she's bald. And this guy is arguing with me, and he says, prove it. And I go, Google it. I mean, this is a known thing. I'm not making this up. Everybody knows she eats her hair. And when you eat your own hair, call me crazy, maybe this is just my opinion, you don't get to tell it like it is anymore. Okay? You don't get to have all the best opinions. You don't get to know who to vote for anymore because you don't know what you're supposed to be eating. Because it's not hair. They've got entire TV shows about not eating hair or mattresses or roller coasters. I'm pretty sure I've also seen. What were you going to say, Scott?
I mean, when you eat hair, you must be like pooping hair, right?
She poops hair. This woman has pooped more hair than she's grown on her goddamn head.
Crazy,
okay, now Shad's got something. Shad's got something. Can I even play this on the show without getting... We might have to save this for the pizza fund. This is called BDSM with shoe on. Oh, it's on Internet Archive, too. This is scary. I'm not going to click on that just yet. We will click on that in just a bit. What are you going to say, Eric?
She was trying to take down Internet Archive to get rid of that video. That's
true, yeah. DDoSed. Yeah. She tried to DDoS Internet Archive. And yeah, so this is a known thing. And then this dude who's like, I can't find... All I found was this. And he screenshotted Google Images. And it's a bunch of images of her wearing different fucking wigs.
I'm a killer gorilla.
And so I say to the guy, I was like, okay, so you now understand? Is what you're saying that I was right? I'm trying to make sense of this. And what he was saying was that I was wrong somehow, which left me baffled, you know? So I'm trying to sit there and figure this one out. And I'm going, well, those are pictures of her within like the same week. And her hair looks completely different every day. It's pink, it's purple, it's blonde, it's brunette.
She's got a weave.
It's like it's a completely different style. The length is going up and down, up and down. It's not humanly possible. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Now, that doesn't make her a bad person, that she's a horrifying, bald, hair-eating monster who pretends to be a puppy. She's a puppy cum dumpster for some Canadian
Did Dirk
dork.
eat his hair? Did Dirk eat? Did you
Dirk's
eat
a bald guy. Did you eat your hair?
No.
Okay.
It never got long enough for me to
Dirk
eat
eats his arm hair. You know, he innovates.
That's new in the space.
He's pushing the culture.
It's kind of criminal of wig on head to try to make shoes being on her head a thing. Like, really, you should not have the word head in your name if you are hiding a horrible secret about your head. That's all I'm saying. So this guy, he didn't understand it. He was looking at the pictures of the wigs, still couldn't get it through his head. I said, you just took a screenshot of a lady wearing a bunch of wigs. I think this is a case closed scenario. And he said, nope, couldn't find a single image of her bald. And I'm like, yeah, she's a girl. She's probably trying to hide the photos. You know, she wears wigs. That's sort of hiding that you're bald. And he returns to me, his argument, his evidence is that he found a tweet of her saying, you have never seen my hair. Every time you see my hair, that's a wig. She tweeted it. He, quote, tweeted it at me and still didn't understand the scenario here. And so I said, I think what you did just now is you proved my point again. And his response was, I don't know what, because I stopped reading. The comments on this fucking tweet are so mind-numbingly horrifying. This shit is scary. It's mostly guys trying to tell me where they want to put their cum. Me, another man. Now, I don't know if they know I'm another guy, but even if I was a girl, do you think I want to know? I probably would want to know even less at that point. Certainly if I was, wig on head, I wouldn't want to know. She's Tradcath now.
That is part of the tapestry of the rich internet, though.
Yes, that's true.
Guys talking about where the cum will go.
Well, and this is the problem. And I've talked about this before on the show. We don't need to know. Okay, well, we should talk more about that. But anyway, the tweet got, right now it's at 1.2 thousand likes. That's pretty good. Oh, I also said, not sure if this one counts, but probably. Now, I don't know if you guys even know who this is. A lot of people were kind of confused by this one. I was looking for a fourth. I only had 3 e-girls, including Boxxy, and I was looking for a fourth, and I know there are more out there because, again, this tweet's been sitting in my mental drafts for like 5 years. All right. Since the first time I ever saw Melanie Mack's horrifying ghost girl visage pop up and try to, you know, attack me with her phantogasm goo, her ectoplasmic tendrils from the middle of her face. So this girl right here, if you somehow didn't catch this one, this was a short fad. This girl, which is beautiful. You know, that's the kind of nice thing about all these girls is they do all expire at a certain point. Yeah. And this one flamed out quick, but she had this two-tone hair. I don't know if she counts. She doesn't really have the eyeliner. It's part of the problem. She just felt like she was in the realm of this kind of thing. And she had this, what made her go viral was she had this horrible New Jersey accent. I can't even do it. Is Jared here?
Sounds like Fran Font.
Oh.
Yeah, Jared, just talk in your normal voice for a second. Say like, oh, hey, look, I'm a fucking e-girl over here or whatever.
Oh, I'm a fucking e-girl. Call me Shoe on Box.
Yeah, so that was this girl. I don't even know her name. I don't even know how I found this. I literally typed in two-tone hair, Jersey accent, bitch. And this is what showed up. So anyway, we're making some splashes, making some waves here. But yeah, a lot of guys were being very goony. Okay, they're being very goony in my replies, which I was not happy about. So I did have to also tweet this. I said, I don't care if you would fuck the 15-year-old or the bald dog or the wall-slammed idiot. You don't have to advertise to me that you're a loser.
I got excited, very excited to see all of this.
Maybe we should just go through every tweet and every quote tweet of every and publicize the names of every dude who wanted me to know where, like, that they're willing to come inside a girl. Okay, I don't want to know. I don't need. What am I supposed to do? High five you?
It'll be a long episode.
I'm the guy. Yes, it will. I'm the guy who made the tweet. What do you think you're fighting the good fight here? Again, this is a child. Boxxy was a little. She's literally 15 years old. That's not. I had to go do the math just to make sure because I made the tweet saying she's 15, and I was like, who knows? Maybe she's fucking 20. I don't know. And maybe this is dumb. Like I'm making a dumb point. So I looked her up. You know, I know her real name because she used to do the same gay, dumb improv thing as me, comedy sports. Her name's Catherine Wayne. Like, I knew who she was outside of Boxxy. And so I had to go.
Wigs
no, that's shoe on head, Scott. Pay attention.
I can't keep up with these.
Boxxy's got real hair. It's just bad. It's just dumbly styled, but she was 15, so who cares? But anyway, she's 15. I did the math. She was exactly 15 in these videos. We got to figure out this whole thing. There's a math problem going on here when it comes to e-girls. There is something to all of this, and I do believe Boxxy ruined these fucking bitches in a way. And there's a lot of people who are responding to this saying, they're all wearing eyeliner. Beyond that, I don't get it. Okay, well, tell that to 1.2 thousand people, okay? Because you know what they say? A million gay guys can't be wrong. Is that how it goes? Anyway, so
that's how it goes.
This episode is Pizza Fund only. Join the Pizza Fund, PODAWFUL.pizza. We'll have a little bit more preview here for you in a second, but we do need you to join the Pizza Fund to watch this entire episode and get our back catalog of banned episodes, premium episodes, after shows, and a whole lot more. PODAWFUL.pizza.
Support the show. Join the Pizza Fund. PODAWFUL.pizza.
Pizza.
PODAWFUL.pizza.
PICCA.
God. Oh, I just started reading the chat room. It's spilling over. Oh, fuck. You're not allowed to watch this show if you don't agree with every single word I ever say. Okay? Let me promise you something. I am not wearing a wig. All right? So I'm allowed to have thoughts and opinions on stuff. I've never picked my hair out compulsively and eaten it and passed it through my body and shat it out. Okay, well, actually, I have eaten my own hair before, but I cut it off, and it was for a joke to make a girl puke on stage. So it doesn't count. All right? It was...
So you could make a Beezor.
I'm not the psycho in that scenario. The lady puking is. Anyway, so there's a lot of horrifying... somebody referred to me as Doxy because I gave out Boxxy's name, I guess. That's a known thing. No, everybody knows her real name. That's out there.
I didn't.
Shut the... A guy in chat named Mousy says, how old are you? The emo style was popular back in 2006 to 2010. I don't think Shu or Melanie were inspired by Boxxy. That's just the style that was in when they were growing up. Okay, well, I'll tell you how old I am. Older than fucking Boxxy. Older than fucking Shoe on Head, and way younger than Melanie Mac, this slammed ass eggless bitch. This was a repeating thing coming up all the time too, and I think Mousy is almost kind of saying something like this, where they're like, Melanie Mac's not copying Boxxy, she's much older than Everybody was getting hung up on the word generation in my tweet. Every generation has one of these things forced upon them, and each is worse than the last. I'm not saying these girls are from different generations. Everybody's like, they're the same generation. In fact, the two after Boxxy are older than her. It's like, yeah, I know. I have eyes. Okay? Melanie Mac is one of the oldest human beings I've ever seen with my entire vision ever. Okay? Look at this fucking pig. So, and again, I'm trying to look at it. Maybe you're having the same trouble I am, where you look at her and then your eyes start to wander, Mersh style. You know, you can't keep focused on her. She's sort of an apparition to you. So I understand if you don't get it, but people are like, they're the same generation. Yes, but each of them was popular in a different generation of the internet. Boxxy came out in 2008. 2008? Are you kidding me? And then Shoe on Head is a 2016 guy, which is 8 years later. And then Melanie Mac is like now, basically, past couple of years. Listen, oh man, no, I was watching Melanie Mac back in 2019. Oh, okay. You're a freak. Get a life, mutant. I mean, what do you want me to tell you? I didn't know her name. Listen, I'd seen her out of the corner of my eye, just running by inside my bedroom. I'd seen her go by maybe 50 times before I even learned her name. I knew her name like last year for the first time. I don't know. I'm just saying that they pump. There's a million of, again, the Jersey Girl. They pump one of these things out every year. These are like the most notable instances. If you guys,
like Marvel movies,
they're Marvel movies. Yes, yeah. And by the way, you know, Marvel movies. What they do now is with the Marvel movies, you get a guy, and he's a superhero, right? And you go, I like watching this man be a superhero. And then they go, we're gonna murder him and then replace him with a fucking black girl. And you go, but I like the guy. And also what? In the same way, we liked Boxxy. I don't hate Boxxy. All right. I'll just put it out there now. I don't hate Boxxy. Boxxy was a reluctant e-girl. It was not on purpose. She's just the first. She was forced to do it by her parents, I think, wasn't she? No, what? No. We'll talk about the history of Boxxy in a second here.
An organic e-girl.
She was organic. She's the template. She's the prototype, okay? She caused this, and she caused girls to be on the internet. She knew what 4chan was. All right? You see what I'm saying? Just hanging out on 4chan. Now, you out there, you probably know, right now there's somebody screaming at their television set saying, what about this one? I want to hear from you. I hope to God you've got more of these freaks that I can look at here. We've got a Melanie Mac. And again, I also hope somebody found shoe on head walking around like a dog on a leash. Listen, if a video of that does not exist on the internet, it did. It did, or it's on someone's personal phone or hard drive somewhere. I know for sure it's out there. I've seen her with my own eyes underneath a desk getting pats on the head. Okay? Actually, I do have this. Oh my God. This might be a little too much for YouTube as well. Maybe we should wait for this in the Pizza Fund. I'll just do it. Shoe on Head tweeted, LMFAO, you have clearly never watched a single video of ours together. This is when she was with Armored Skeptic. Of ours together. Holy shit. We're in a full-time BDSM relationship based on dynamic, not some vanilla bedroom only thing. I worship his dick 24/7, but thanks for providing us with material for our next salty beta video. And yes, she's on the floor being held by leash. She's on a lead right here, okay? A nice pink leash for her under the desk. I knew I had seen something like this before. This is the girl that all these dudes are in my mentions simping for and white knighting for. Meanwhile, she's making salty beta videos. I doubt she's doing that anymore because after she stopped dating the Armored Skeptic, she started dating some guy who's like Catholic, and so now she's trad cath. Because women don't have personalities or interests or likes or ideas or hopes or dreams or did I already say thoughts?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, thoughts. And they also don't have hobbies. They don't have shows they watch. They don't have websites they check out.
Independence. Really?
Independence. They don't have autonomy. And they don't have it unless they've got a boyfriend. And then it's just whatever his shit is. So Shoe on Head was fucking BDSM when her boyfriend was like, can I put you on a leash? And she was like, I don't know. What would Boxxy do? And then she thought about it she checked her bracelet. And then she thought about it for 2 seconds and went, I am so LOL random. Yes. Now, listen, if you really wanted to break it down, we could break it down way further than Boxxy. I mean, all of these things trace back. There's a seed, there's a seed, there's a seed. Really, these are all just Hot Topic women. And even more specifically than that, if you want to know what really Hot Topic ruined an entire generation of e-girls. But if you want to really, 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 really break it down, Invader Zim ruined a whole generation of fucking freaks. Okay? And I've said it before. I was 13 years old. I needed a job. My girlfriend had an older sister in her 20s who worked at a Hot Topic. She had the pink hair. She wore the Jinkos and the straps. She had the trip pants and the fingernail polish and the tattoos and the makeup and the whole 9 yards, this older sister. And I went to her, I said, you got to give me a job. Now, I had never seen a Hot Topic or heard of one or been inside of one in my whole life until the day I applied for a job there. And I walked in and I was instantly hit with the smell of a million mall goths. Oh, fuck. It's like patchouli and just body odor, just straight up funk. And I went in there and the manager, my girlfriend's sister was an assistant manager. The manager interviewed me for like 2 seconds in the food court. She's like, so your name is Jesse? And I said, yes. And then she said, I've seen you do comedy before. I know I was 13. I did comedy at 13. She's like, I've seen you do comedy before. I was like, yes. Oh, that's cool. Thank you. And then I'm looking at her, you know. She's a nice lady. I'm not talking, you know, mean about this lady. But I'm looking at her. I'm like, what are you, like 40? And you've got dyed hair? And I was like starting to get really worried. Okay. And I'm thinking about it and I'm like, something's off here. Something's wrong. You know, she was like Melanie Mack's age. Okay. This lady. And I'm like, so your job is you run this store full of clothes for fat girls, basically. And I was like, and I could get a job there. Now I have to be clear. You know, this is a store for the alternative people. It's the tagline for the store, Hot Topic, is everything about the music or all about the music. I don't even remember now. And I hate music, which was a problem. So she was like, she asked me, what is my name? And then she was like, what are your favorite bands? And I panicked. I started sweating and I was like, and I start looking around the food court and I'm like, and I see two people like running out and I go, Rush, you know? I didn't know any bands. And I was like, I literally said to her, like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be here right now. Because the only thing I had, you know, I was dressed like a normal guy. I had long hair. That was it. And the long hair will fool people, will make them think things about you. I just had long hair. I wasn't into any of that stuff. And, you know, I'm thinking back for the minute I had walked around the store before this interview, and I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is this store? Because weirdly, the one that I worked at did not have, they're all about the music. They had no music on sale. Most Hot Topics.
They were playing music, though.
They were playing and it's very loud and it's horrific. And it's 5 songs just on a loop as loud as possible. And for some reason, the outside of the place is a scary, spooky tunnel. Have you ever seen this? Has anybody ever seen a Hot Topic? So, like, I don't know why, but it's the only store in the mall that has, like, the outside of it makes you think you're going into a haunted house. There's, like, they're doing theming. Like, a guy came in and built a big fake iron dome and chicken wire and shit everywhere. And you're like, I didn't understand what I was applying for. But the thing
it's too bad they got rid of their Halloween font and now they just have boring, like, impact font.
Is that true? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they got rid of that scratchy thing to the logo.
Spooky font.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I don't know the name of that font. We could spend the next 2.5 hours on it if I did, but I don't know it. So I'm so sorry, Urquhart. So Urquhart was going, so anyway, I'm trying to think, like, what the fuck is this store? Like, I thought it was a Spencer's Gifts, okay? If you don't know anything and you walk into a mall and you go into a store like Hot Topic, you go, oh, okay, I get it. You guys sell lava lamps. You know, that's what you would assume. Nothing. So I'm like trying to think, what did I see as I walked through there? And I remember they did have band t-shirts, but again, I don't know anything about music, so I don't know what to say. And I'm panicking and I don't know what bands to tell this woman. So I remember they had a bunch of Invader Zim shit. There's like an entire section of the store that was dedicated to nothing but Invader Zim. I ain't seen Invader Zim. I like cartoons. So I went, hey, let me ask you something. What's with all the Invader Zim stuff? And she was like, oh, that's the stuff that sells right now. Invader Zim, I'm telling you, I was on the precipice. I entered into this world the days of Boxxys being born, the people like this being created. This is 1 year before Scene Kids and the whole shebang. Emo wasn't a type of music yet in the year that I'm talking about, okay? I'm Melanie Mack old. What'd you say?
The good days.
The good old days, yeah. And so I said, yeah, I like Invader Zim, because I thought it was just a cartoon. Little did I know that cartoon would change the internet and women forever in ways that we still have not fully accounted for, even to this day. We all know the LOL so random girl, the RAR girl. XD, yeah. XX at the end of the name, XX at the beginning of the name. There's many lowercase and uppercase letters everywhere. And even if we were to boil it down further, it's not just Invader Zim, but it's specifically the character Gurr from Invader Zim. Every female on the planet who is an e-girl is modeling themselves on a cartoon robot dog from the year 2001.
And so then, and then there was another one where I was like, and I didn't have any eyeliner on, which you edited a couple of different times. And then there was the one where I held up a sign, and it said, Boxxy plus Pocky equals love!
I got the job that day.
Way too much energy.
I got the job that day. And I got the job because I tricked the boss into forgetting that I don't know what a band is.
Didn't you do something very similar to trick your way into getting a job at GameStop?
Yes, I did, gamers. And speaking of gamers, here's now when you look at this, when you look at Boxxy, Shoe on Head, and Melanie Mac, what you're seeing is a Pokemon evolution of shit. Let's go ahead and warp Digivolve all the way to fucking Melanie Mac here for a second. And let's talk to the goomers out there. Yeah, that's it. I've just coined it. It's goomers, not gamers. You're a goomer now.
Okay, so this video has been a long time coming. A little over a month ago, I got canceled from the anti-woke side, right? Canceled or cancel attempt. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Now, everybody's saying that this is the moment that Melanie Mac jumped the shark. The Kino Casino said it, I think, yesterday on their show.
Whoa, buddy.
Andy, she used to be based, but now she's fucking terrible. I can't believe it.
Melanie Mac. Everybody was, I don't know anything about her. I guess she's a gamer. Maybe she's a Twitch streamer or something. I really don't know what she does or what's going on. I do know that at some point in recent history, probably based on a guy she's dating, she became Christian. And now she's a Christian LARPing grifter, which, by the way, almost every single Christian on the internet is that. We should get Adam Green on here. My biggest fan, by the way, Adam Green. Please stop calling this man Jewish for his own sanity, okay? Not that there's anything wrong.
Sorry. I mean, Scott's kind of Jewish looking.
Scott Green. We got a guy here right now named Scott Green. And Scott is, now here's the thing. Everybody thinks because a guy's name is Green that he's fucking Jewish. Look at this guy and tell me this.
What happened?
Are you going to tell me right now that this? Okay, never mind. This is actually a bad example. The point is, leave Adam Green alone. He's never Jewished anybody as far as I'm aware of. But Melanie Mac, somebody before the show said a very funny comment. They said, call up Alf because Mel Mac's about to get destroyed. That's a joke for me and Tom Gully and that one guy only. Nobody's going to get that, but I got it and I loved it and I appreciate it. Melanie Mac is a goomer, is a gamer, and she's a video game girl, which is a different type of fake grifter kind of thing. And now she's a Christian girl. And I guess at some point, whoever her male handler is, this is something we also should talk about, is every e-girl has a male handler on the internet. They're not making their own business decisions. They don't do their own money, none of that. She's got a guy, and they keep him a secret so that you will jack off to her. We're going to watch this video. I haven't even watched this. But apparently she jumped the shark because she's saying that you're no longer allowed to jack off to Lara Croft no more, or Bayonetta. Okay?
Good luck.
Yeah. Try and stop me. So this is the moment she's jumped. Not all the other fucking stupid things she's ever done in her life. Not the fact that now, like, her main grift now is to go on Twitter and use the F slur. Like, that wins her so many points with these guys. Half of the dudes in my mentions right now are jacking off because she said the gay slur. Some creepy psychology there when you really break it down. But they're mad because you can't take away a goomer's ability to goom. And of course, people are pointing out that right behind her, she has a life-size statue of Lara Croft. And they go, wasn't the entire point of Tomb Raider that you could jack off to her polygonal tits? her tit-ligonals? Yeah. And the answer to that question is yes. However, she put a jacket on her. She's making Lara Croft modest. And I went back through her videos and I was like, has she always had the jacket on her? Like, how long is this new? Is the whole thing where you're not allowed to jack off the video games new for her in her mind? Because the jacket would tell you that. And when you go back through the videos, the jacket's been there the whole time.
She famously wears like a bomber jacket in a bunch of shit.
Well, I think this is a jacket that Lara Croft would wear. But the statue's not actually, this is not plastic. It's a real jacket that she's put over top of it. She's covering up Lara Croft's tits, and goomers are losing it over this, okay? She wants to censor their titties. And I went back through her videos, and sure enough, the jacket's there the whole time. This is not new in this woman's mind. Something has been eaten away at her, and that something, of course, is the same thing that made Boxxy leave the internet, the same thing that made Shoe on Head. Maybe she makes videos now, but she hasn't tweeted in forever. I never see anything from Shoe on Head anymore. Made Shoe on Head leave the internet. And it's, of course, that the only thing you get, the only reason anybody pays any attention to you as a woman online ever since 2008 when Boxxy came out is that they want to have sex with you. And Melanie Mack, who is telling you you're not allowed to jack off to your favorite 3D cartoon characters no more. Weirdly, this is a strange thing. All of her videos are from the waist up, and then all of her,
you can see her tits,
and then all of her thumbnail. I've never seen this before. Every single thumbnail's got her body in it as well. Why not just your face? Now, there are two reasons for this, of course. Number one, you could never, ever possibly jack off to her face. It's impossible to see with the naked eye. You do need some sort of scientific oscilloscope to get a good bead on it in order to get your bead on it. And number two, she doesn't want to zoom in hard enough on her own face into a thumbnail where you can see the incredibly thick layer of pancake makeup she has on like a circus clown in order for you to be able to think sexual thoughts about her. So this entire thing...
Okay, so this video has been a long time coming.
It's been a long time coming. I'm spelling coming differently. See you in the Pizza Fun. PodAwful.pizza will be over there in just a minute. Tune in. PodAwful.tv, PodAwful.pizza will take you there. $12 level and up. Get instant access and all the other stuff, all the other primo episodes. Today, we'll be there in just a second. PodAwful.pizza.
Sorry, nigga. I'm Tom Gully, and you're watching Is This Live, the show.
This content right here
on the Pod Awful TV network
is Pizza Fun's own
PodAwful.pizza.
This shit is beefer. You're listening to Howdy Do with J. Crew.
PODAWFUL.pizza.
We got shooters in these streets.
Nigga.
What the fuck are you eating, Scott? Jesus Christ.
I was just going to ask him.
My God.
Is that
Scott
a chicken burger?
instantly took that time to just start chowing down harder than I've ever seen a man chow. You are really swallowing on this one.
It sounds like you have a chicken bake.
Holy
You're a Costco guy.
God.
It's pork and fuck, it's got a little chili in it. No,
Oh
carrot.
my God. Let me just check.
Jesse, I think we have Dick Masterson in the chat.
Well,
Maybe Irkwit should see his credentials.